Okay, welcome back everyone. You already know who this is, and today we got yet another unboxing video for you guys. You guys see the title? It's the Bandai movie monster series Gigan from Godzilla Final Wars, the modified chainsaw version of Gigan. So we're gonna get straight into this, but I believe this figure came out earlier this year. So finally I got on it. Let's see if I can do this quickly. Yep. Okay. And I got this from Amazon. Alright. So here is Gigan himself. And also there's this, but this is for my cats. And speaking of my cats, say hi to the people. Yep. There's my daughter Ina. Yep. Okay. Anyways, back to Gigan. So here's Gigan. Chainsaw Gigan. In all his glory. Let's pull him out. And here he is. Oh man. Is Gigan going to be the villain for Godzilla Kong Supernova? I have no idea. We all know it's probably going to be Space Godzilla, but of course there's always a chance Gigan could be showing up as well. Alright, so here's the tag. Shows Chainsaw Gigan. Very cool. From Godzilla Final Wars. Gigan. Yeah, so this came out earlier this year. 2025. Alright, is it double tag? Yep. So here we got a silhouette of Gigan. Very nice. And of course the back of the tag. Another silhouette of Gigan. Godzilla Final Wars. All that good stuff. Movie monster series. Alright, so right off the bat, I noticed that the tail unfortunately is not painted, which is a shame. Definitely should have put the silver where it's supposed to be. That would have been nice. And the fins, the wings, the fins, whatever you want to call them, also not painted accurately. I don't know why they decided to do this when they should have just painted like the lines blue and then the flaps red, but it's alright. It's a $20 figure, so you can't really complain too much, but considering how their older figures look, there is definitely a downgrade. But regardless, Chainsaw Gigan. I've noticed there's not really much Chainsaw Gigans in the market, at least affordable wise. So realistically speaking, this is your most cheapest budget friendly option for a Chainsaw Gigan, because there is a lot of the first version of him with the hooks, but there's not a lot of Chainsaw Gigans out there in the market that is affordable. So this guy's your best option. And I gotta say, for a $20 figure, he is really nice. Like sculpt wise, he is phenomenal. And I'm toying around with the articulation a bit. Very nice. This is a really cool figure, I'm not gonna lie. Gigan's always had such a sick ass unique design. From the Showa era to the Millennium, this one. Both versions of this one. And this version of Gigan's always been so fucking sick. As a kid, this was always the superior Gigan, in my opinion. This chainsaw modified version. Because, well, he was the stronger version of himself in the movie. And with the chainsaws, he looks sick as hell. So finally, got my hands on the Chainsaw Gigan. That, and also because there's always a chance Gigan is going to be the villain in Supernova instead of Space Godzilla. Although it's going to be Space Godzilla, but just to be safe, I gotta have a Gigan in my collection. So just to be safe. Either way, though, let's take a look at the articulations of the head. It does not move 360. It would have, but this last piece of his fins is going to get in the way. Either way, nice rotation either way. And then the arms up that far, backwards that far. Same on the other arm, legs. 360 for the legs, very nice. But that's about it. Nothing for the fins or the tail, which is okay, I guess. So articulation, it's a $20 figure from a vinyl Movie Monster Series figure, so you're not gonna get much articulation. But either way, it still works. And sculpt and paint wise, sculpt again looks fucking beautiful to look at. Such a sick ass design. They really cooked with his designs, both versions of his designs in Final Wars. Just an awesome design. But paint wise, definitely has room to be improved on. Like the tail definitely needs to be painted, the silver, and then the fins. I mean, it looks nice, but it's not accurate. Like compared to how they did their older Gigan figures. I don't know what happened in the Bandai company that makes these vinyl figures, but I don't know. They definitely could have done a better job with the paint, but it's still nice. It's still nice for the most part. It gets the job done. Because at least they made everything like his skin, whatever you want to call it, because he's a cyborg, but a cyborg chicken, but at least they kept his body blue instead of adding in the charcoal gray or black color that they do with their older figures. Because in the movie, you gotta take into account that the movies kind of has a dark lighting every time Gigan's on the scene, so it might look like he has charcoal gray on him in the movie, but in the actual design, he's all blue with the silvers and everything. So kudos to them for making him completely blue. That is accurate to the design. So that's that. Again, closer look at the face. Very nice. Sick ass design. The cyborg chicken from space. Just an awesome design, man. But yeah, alright, so that pretty much wraps up the overall look of him. So let's get straight into some size comparisons, because he is a bit smaller than I imagined. But alright, so something else I just discovered as I'm editing this video. If you look closely, you can see that there's a glitter on the paint, on the blue. Yeah, just the blue. But there's glitter all over the blue paint, and that is fucking awesome. I don't see it on the silver or the red, but it's definitely on the blue, if you can see it. That is really fucking awesome to see. That's awesome. Just wanted to point that out. Alright, for some quick size comparisons, here is Gigan compared to the Bandai Curation Godzilla from Godzilla Final Wars. Pretty nice, although not accurate. Again, Gigan's a bit smaller than I imagined he would be, but it still works. But if you want a more accurate size, that would be more accurate. Yeah, something like that. By the way, still look nice together. And then up next, we have, of course, the Demoniacal Fit Son Goku. Very nice. Very cool. Alright. And up next, we got the Bandai Movie Monster Series Shin Godzilla. Now this works. This works if, like, accuracy wise. This definitely works. Because Shin is 118 meters, Gigan's 120. So this definitely works. So that's that. And then, last but not least, we got the SH Monster Arts Space Godzilla, the Decisive Battle version, which I do have an unboxing for. You should definitely check it out. Man, I got an unboxing for all the Space Godzillas I have, besides the Movie Monster Series one I have. But anyways, here they are, side by side, and this definitely works too. Yeah, I can see this being the size if both of them were to be in Supernova. So if you're a really big believer that both of them are going to be in Supernova, which I'm not gonna lie, that would be fucking awesome to see both of these guys in Supernova. So definitely together, they definitely work. You're just gonna have to find a a Godzilla, if Monsterverse Godzilla and the Monsterverse Kong, that'll work with them. But regardless, they look awesome next to each other. They're top candidates for the villain of Supernova right here. So this is really cool to see. But yeah, that's gonna wrap up size comparisons. Alright, and overall, Gigan here, Chainsaw Gigan. Considering this is pretty much your cheapest and safest option for a Chainsaw Gigan, he definitely nails the park. Yes, there is some room to be desired for improvements, paint-wise at least, on the mainly on the tail. The fins you can get away with, but they definitely should have done it more accurately, because they literally did it for all their other Gigan figures. So I don't know what happened with this guy, but I don't know. But considering this is like your cheapest option for a Chainsaw Gigan, because there's not really much Chainsaw Gigans on the market, and the ones that are in the market are expensive as hell, like the Monster Arts or the 9-inch, 10-inch Chainsaw Gigan vinyl figure from Bandai. Those are expensive too, so really this is your best option for a Chainsaw Gigan. It's cheap, around like $20, and you cannot go wrong with this. Like, despite like the lack of paint on the tail, and he's a really nice figure to have in your collection. So if you're a big Godzilla fan, you like Gigan, you like Final Wars Gigan, definitely go pick this guy up. He's definitely worth it. And yeah, so overall, Gigan here turned out to be fantastic for what he is. Awesome figure in my collection. Really happy I picked him up. Finally, I got a Chainsaw Final Wars Gigan in my collection. So really happy with what I got right now. Really cool figure. Gigan's so fucking cool. Such a sick ass design. Not just this version, but the show era is pretty cool too. But this design for Final Wars, I don't know what they were on, the designer, but man, did they fucking cook with both versions of this Final Wars Gigan. But yeah, that's pretty much gonna wrap up this video. I know it was a pretty short video, also my first video in a hot minute, I'm not gonna lie, but I've been busy with everything, but we're back in business. But yeah, overall, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel, or else this guy will come clap your cheeks tonight. Alright, y'all stay safe everyone, and I will see you guys in the next video. Supernova.